What up, YouTube? It's your boys, Detroit Love, PDubs, and Michael B. the Game Genie with a special episode of the Loft Report. Let's get it started.
Man, guys, I was like 5 seconds away from going live. I had my live stream set up, my OBS set up, my camera set up. I was 5 seconds away from showing off Super Mario 3D. I was about to go live, right? And then a couple hours ago, a viewer who watches the channel regularly, let's give him a shout out, David Deming. I notice he's in the chat right now. He sent me a text message and he's like, "Hey, P-Dubs, did you see that ICE is coming out with their own in-home arcade product line?" And I got excited because, you know, Arcade 1UP, obviously, guys, has been very, very successful over the last couple of years. They've created a niche market. Other companies are jumping in, and other companies want to compete. Other companies don't want to be left out in the dust because their products are too big, too large, too expensive, when someone can go and buy an Arcade 1UP machine, which is much lighter, much smaller, easier to move around, easier to get in your house, right? So Ice Ice Baby is coming out. And obviously, guys, there's links in the video description below for the articles we're going to talk about, as well as there's links for a new Facebook fan page if you guys want to stay up to date on this product. Have reached out to them, sent them some information, let them know we created a fan page and that the Super Game Room dudes would absolutely love to get some more information prior to this stuff going live. So as always, guys, I almost forgot my introductions. Detroit Love is here. How you doing, Detroit Love? And we got Michael B as well. How you doing, Michael B?
Yeah, and before you continue, someone was asking, what does ICE stands for? It stands for Innovative Concepts in Entertainment.
Right, or just Vanilla Ice as well, right?
Ice, baby.
Yep. So let's kind of dive into it, guys. So let's share some stuff on the screen here and let's talk about it. And honestly, I think this is worthwhile of talking about. So this is a website article, arcadeheroes.com. They had an article come out yesterday, right? Letting us know that ICE is launching a new home-focused arcade product line, and they're going to call it the Arcade Pro. Now, basically, guys, in a nutshell, is that you know, it's kind of funny. I like the way he put this here, is that it's an age of change and adaptation. If you guys think about it, that is what a lot of existing arcade manufacturers need to do. ICE is a company who makes normally redemption arcade products, redemption machines, right? These things are big and heavy, right? But arcades are closing down, guys. COVID and all that kind of stuff is causing these places to go out of business. So they're losing their market, right? They're losing market share. People aren't able to purchase these products, and only truly like elite fans with big houses will spend the big money to pick these up, these normal full-size machines, right? And stick them in their homes. They're big, they're expensive, they're large. So what is a company like ICE supposed to do? In my opinion, ICE is making the right move. They're like, you know what? There's a boom in the 3/4 scale in-home market, in-home arcades. So let's do it, right? So coming soon, ICE Home Arcade Games is coming out. Now, before we dive into that, let's talk about what they're doing. Is they are going to taking a page from Arcade 1UP, they're going to launch a new lineup of arcade pieces just for the home. These are, for the most part, not smaller, non-coin versions, non-redemption of existing games that will be perfect for your man cave or game room. They even, although their website is icegames.com, they've started a new website called homearcadegames.com.
Okay, and Big, I just want to correct you there. It says smaller non-coin versions,
right?
Because you said not small. Yeah, they're smaller non-coin versions.
Right. Yeah. Smaller non-coin versions of existing games. And guys, these are actually coming out beginning October 2020. Just in a couple of weeks, guys, this stuff is going to be available, which is very, very quick. Very, very cool. Let's kind of take a look here. Now, they wouldn't put these in the photograph if they weren't actually coming out, if these weren't actually licensed and ready, in my opinion. I mean, Michael B., what are your thoughts here when you take a look around this room? I see you shaking your head already.
I think the bubble hockey machine is being highlighted. I think the other stuff is just in the background. I don't want to get too excited, PDubs. I think that
want to get too excited.
I don't want to get too excited. I think we can get a bubble hockey machine. I think that's what that's showing that off.
Okay, so let's kind of take a look here at this article, because this article actually does tell us what actually is coming out for sure. Let me kind of scroll over here. So we know, for starters, the lineup will include some of their staples, such as Super Chex Pro. So that is your ice hockey. That is your ice hockey game. So you're going to have a smaller version of this ice hockey game. And I got to tell you something, guys. I need this in my life. I need this in my life. Let me guys know in the chat. Do you need this in your life? What if instead of having a massive bubble hockey game, you could have this in a smaller form factor in your 3/4 scale arcade room?
Yeah, a lot of people in the comments are quoting prices right now and saying that you can buy these right now. These are going to be smaller versions.
Right,
There's
guys.
no price points out there. So
yes, these are going to be smaller in-home versions. We don't have price points. We don't have release dates and all that kind of stuff. So we're going to have to see what it's going to be in a couple of weeks. Again, we've reached out to them to try and get some more information for the community, and hopefully we can get that information quickly prior to the October 1st. Definitely want to keep you guys informed. But if you could get a smaller form factor of this, that would be pretty cool. Michael B., would you get this?
bubble hockey, most definitely.
All right, so let's see here. Let's catch up on the chat, because I've been mostly ignoring the chat. Wade says it looks cool. That hockey's on fire. I've wanted a bubble hockey table since I was a kid. And what if, Scott, what if you could get it and it could fit in your house and it wasn't $3,000? Hopefully, these are going to be cost-effective machines. Part of me is a little worried that due to the mechanical nature of these devices, these might end up being expensive. Detroit Love, what are you thinking?
I'm thinking what the rest of the people are thinking. Where's Nostalgia? He's in the chat, but is he trying to knock in the back door? Where is he?
Oh, Nostalgia's working right now. Plus, he's got his kid. He's not able to hop on with us. So that's one game that is definitely coming out. The other one coming out is their Collegiate Hoops, guys. And let's see if we can grab this. Now, obviously, we don't have dimensions. We don't have prices. But obviously, a smaller form factor of their normal Collegiate Hoops. This thing is gigantic to begin with, right?
Yeah, and it gets difficult when you go to try to make that smaller, because you still have to get still have to shoot that. So are you going to shoot that from a chair? That would be interesting. I mean, I would love to have one, but ceiling height is obviously going to be an issue when you start getting into things like that. So I'm curious.
Yep, definitely the Hoops one, Jolly saying. Now, in my opinion, and keep in mind, guys, just my opinion, I'm all in on a bubble hockey table. That would be epic to have that in your home. This, unfortunately, I'd be worried about breaking stuff, about balls bouncing everywhere. Even if it's a smaller form factor, I probably wouldn't get this, in my opinion. But I know some of you have the space, have the rooms, have the tall ceilings. You guys might actually be interested in this. And again, guys, we don't have prices. We don't have sizes. All that stuff is coming out in 2 weeks, but we're going to do what we can to get you the information early and see if this is a viable contender product. Now, the other one that's coming out for sure is the Ice Ball FX. This one right here. So this is the bowler. Now, how do they do this? How do they make this an in-home version and make this smaller, right?
Well, they have it. They have it in the video on the first page of the homearcadegames.com. It's just a single alley.
Yeah, let's take a look. Yeah, it might just be a single game instead of a whole row of them. Now, keep in mind, guys, this is the normal product, right? But when we go back to the photo, this appears to be what it's going to look like right here.
But
Whoa.
it's made such that
Okay.
you could buy multiple and stack them next to each other. Obviously.
Yes. So that's obviously smaller. Oh yeah, look at this, guys. That's not that big. In all honesty, from here to here, that's not that big.
Yeah.
Maybe about 4 feet, 5 feet, something like that.
Now, are you guys going to just ignore that Star Wars pinball machine?
Oh,
back
I am
we're,
not.
We're getting there. We're getting there. We're getting there. So take a look. This is what it would look like, guys, right here. So what do you guys think? Would you want something like this in your arcade room? Definitely let me know in the chat.
Yeah, they can call it ice ball all they want. I call it skee ball, and I'm all for that one.
Skee ball. Oh man, my wife wants skee ball. There you go. Hopefully she's watching right now, Eminem, and let her know. And obviously, you're gonna have to do an addition. I know. I'm adding arcade machines in my office. They're downstairs. It is what it is. So this thing, guys, I mean, if we're building in-home arcades, right? And we have these, we have all these arcade machines. I mean, part of it arcades, guys, is having bonus machines like this, right? Niche machines. This is kind of cool in my opinion.
Well, how many people since day one have been saying, I want a claw machine. I want a claw machine in my arcade one-up arcade.
Oh, yeah, we've heard that a lot. We have heard that a lot. Now, let's talk further about the licensing that ICE has. And keep in mind, guys, we're not speaking for them, but let's kind of get in here because I want the community to know what we know. And where is it? Okay, so now what is quite interesting is that they are carrying home-based products of some other products. You can see in the photo below, they have Stern Pinball Star Wars home pin, Namco's Class of 81 with Miss Pac-Man and Galaga, and a new cabinet version of Raw Thrills Jurassic Park Arcade. So they do have a relationship with Raw Thrills. And what if they could make a smaller Jurassic Park arcade? What do you think about that, Michael B?
You know, I prefer the retro arcade stuff, but that is still really, really cool. Like I've seen video, I've seen they went to the John's Arcade, went to the Raw Thrills actual factory, and I saw the Jurassic Park tour. That's a really cool cabinet. So it's very neat to see some modern stuff like that maybe coming home as well for the people that are interested in it.
Yep. Look at Eminem says he would love a claw machine.
Oh,
Hazel says he's going to need a bigger house. Yes, sir. Jurassic Park guys, they have a relationship. Now, in my opinion, I don't think they just threw these in here for fun. You know what I mean? Like, we know for sure that these three, if you can see my mouse, the Super Checks, the basketball, and the ice ball are all coming out. Now, the question is are they actually going to make arcade machines as well? And also, are they going to beat Arcade 1-Up to the punch and make the Miss Pac-Man Galaga combo? Arcade 1-Up, in my personal opinion, isn't going to release that cabinet until next year. But what if this makes them jump the ball here? Michael B., you don't think so?
No, I do. It's going to be at Costco tomorrow.
we don't want any rash decisions with.
Are you kidding? Go ahead.
No rash decisions because then the button for Galaga is going to be on the opposite side. So they need to take their time.
Mm-hmm. Now we have a wonderful comment here. Not interested if these are 1,000 or more. Right. If you're going to move into the in-home arcade space, right, where we're used to paying, $500 a product, right? 500 or less. How much more are you going to be willing to pay for an ice ball or a basketball game? Now this Jurassic Park thing, that looks like it can't. I don't know how cheap you can make that if they actually come out with this, right? Like, I mean, that is a pretty big. I don't know how you do this. I just don't know. Like, how do you do this cheaper and smaller?
Well, I don't know how much cheaper. It would basically have to be 2 Star Wars arcade 1-Up cabinets with the sit down thing, and then have that back on it. It would have to be that size. So you're talking about it would have to be close to $1,000, at least $800, no less than, for sure.
Right. But guys, if you're getting essentially real arcade products, real mechanical arcade products like the Super Checks, the skee ball, the basketball, maybe even this Jurassic Park, they're not as big as a full-size arcade. but they are definitely what you would assume would be good quality, right? Because these are big mechanical products. Would you guys be willing, and let me know in the chat, guys, if these are like, I don't know, $500 to $1,000, would you be willing to open your wallets to have, something like this in a proper form factor in your house? Or would you rather spend $3,000 and have full size? What do you guys think? Let me know. Michael B, what about you? What if this Super Chex is, I don't know, let's just say $750, but it's more of a 3/4 size? Would you be interested?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, so he says yes. Chris says no. This other Chris says yes. Damon says okay. Sling Spade says he'll pay $700 for a claw machine. Now, guys, make sure Arcade 1-Up doesn't watch this, right? Because then they're going to raise their prices, right? We don't want that to happen. No, I'm just kidding.
Well,
Go ahead.
The devil's going to be in the details too. Like, they can't just make a 3/4 cabinet and then try to get it out the door for as cheap as possible. Like, if they're going to be charging a premium price like we're talking about, these have to feel pretty good. These have to be quality if they're going to charge that. You can't use prestige pricing model if you're selling junk. So hopefully these are, smaller, but still arcade quality.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and that's where they are with this. They can make something sort of like a numbskull, where it's true the replication is playable, but not really. It's more like decoration, right? So you have the feel of the arcade, or you making it really durable and to be played, on a daily type basis. Obviously, you're not going to play it as much as you would in a real arcade, but those are the two, in my eyes. That's where the two ways that they can go, right? Where it's replica, and playable, but not, you don't really want to play it, you know what I mean? Or it's fully made to be played.
I gotta say, I'm actually kind of shocked. Looking at the comments in the live chat, and guys, thanks so much for participating. We greatly appreciate it. We're doing this show to get your feedback. And what I can tell is most folks are for this from what I'm seeing. Like, they're willing to pay $500 to $1,000, but over $1,000, guys, I'll be honest, like, I'm not going to pay over $1,000 for Ice Ball or this Super Chex Pro. Like, honestly, the Super Chex Pro, if it's a 3/4 scale size type unit, I would prefer 500 or less, right? Even 750 is a little too high, but I honestly see them possibly charging that much. Go ahead, Michael.
Well, let's be realistic here. They're selling a product where there's already sort of an established market. So, I mean, they have to be realistic about what they can charge for these if they want to survive.
Right.
Yeah, and there's different ways they can do that. I mean, they can make that hollow where you have to put sand in the base, right? Like other products that we see on the market, right? Where by not making it as super quality and you putting water or sand in the base to hold that thing still, that's going to reduce the cost versus making it super solid where that thing is not going to budge when people are whacking on those sticks on each side. So there are some ways to save money in doing a product like that for certain.
Okay. Go ahead.
Well, something I'm really interested in, we haven't talked about much, is that Star Wars pinball. Because, looking at this looks like maybe these are the 3/4 sized demo units. Is that 3/4 sized real pinball that they're going to be putting out?
Let's get to pinball in a minute.
Okay.
But let's keep talking about Jurassic Park and Raw Thrills. So in the article, they did confirm, the guy who wrote the article, he spoke with Raw Thrills, and Raw Thrills did provide the software. All the hardware is being handled by ICE. So guys, this thing is definitely coming out, this Jurassic Park.
Wow.
And Raw Thrills did provide the software for it. So it's nice to see that Raw Thrills is involved with this, because Raw Thrills did Buck Hunter, right, Michael B?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Okay, and now they don't talk about pinball anywhere else in this article, but they obviously have licenses and relationships with all these cabinets. But if you take a look here at this Star Wars pinball, guys, this actually appears to me, and keep in mind, it just says appears, that this is a 3/4 scale, and let me try and get in here. It looks to be, guys, a 3/4 scale mechanical pinball. This does not look to be a virtual pinball machine. When you kind of look in here, This does not, this does not appear to be a V pin. Now, if that is correct, now guys, they don't talk about Star Wars at all. We don't have any more information. I've emailed the company. I'm going to find out. Are you guys coming out with a 3/4 scale mechanical Star Wars pinball from Stern, or are you guys doing a virtual pin? I'd love to know. Which is interesting because Arcade 1-Up is doing but they're doing the Star Wars Zen Studios ones, right? They're not doing the Stern one, right? So this is interesting, right? Guys, what would you think? What would you think if you had a 3/4 scale mechanical pinball, like a real pinball machine? What do you think about that, Detroit Love, Michael B, as well as everyone in the chat?
No, I mean definitely. I would love to see it. That's Stern, and Stern has a miniature.
Yep. So maybe they're just distributing it for Stern. Maybe they are.
Whoa! Stern sell miniature pinball tables to home right now. That is something that happens.
Yeah, I wasn't aware. Aware.
Let me find the link here. I mean, they're smaller than normal.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yep. Interesting. So we'll find out. Is this new? Is it different? Is it something they're just reselling? We'll get you guys more information. There's a link in the video description below for the ICE Facebook fan page. Make sure you join that fan page so we can keep you up to date on all this kind of stuff. Again, this stuff is coming out in a couple of weeks, and we'll try and get you as much information as we can ahead of time. So the website is homearcadegames.com. If you guys want to go there, what you can do is, now they haven't like fully activated the website, right? It's like a placeholder right now. So they give you a little bit about who they are. They have a showroom in New York if you want to go visit their showroom in New York. But what you can do is you can sign up right here, put your email in, click sign up. And when I'm guessing when the website goes live and the information comes out, you'll get the usual emails. And then of course their normal website is icegame.com. And of course you could check out all their full-size products if you're interested in this.
Just go down a little bit. A little bit.
Tell me where you want me to go.
Woo, Wheel of Fortune! Yeah.
Wheel of Fortune for Michael B? What are you, nuts?
Man, I would buy that. I am serious.
I know, but see, now guys, the website we're on right now, these are the real full-size machines, right? Like you could see right here, 815 pounds is how much this bad boy weighs, right? But it sounds like these machines here, these are going to be smaller, lighter, How cheap are they going to be though, right? That's the question. Are they going to be under $1,000, right? That's what we're hoping.
Well, someone in the comments earlier said that Stern Star Wars pinball that's available now is like 4K right now for the 3/4 sale. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
So, I mean,
all right, hang on one second. And let's check it out. Here's your Star Wars pin.
Yep, that's the one.
In production. Now let's take a look here, guys. Is it going to be... Well, I knew they were making a Star Wars pin, but I thought it was just the full size or the pro size. I didn't think it was...
They've been making these for a while. They're just smaller, but they're not cheap at all.
Right. Like, I didn't think they were making a 3/4, guys. Let's see here. Yeah, $4,500. This isn't a 3/4.
It's 3/4.
Yep.
Yeah, a regular pinball table right now, if you're going to buy one at home, is somewhere between, I think Jersey Jack charges somewhere between 15 and 20.
Yeah.
$1,000.
Yeah.
So $4,000 for 3/4. That sounds about right.
Well, as you guys know, we love delivering the arcade news here, so make sure you give us a thumbs up in the video if you appreciate us staying on top of things for you. And once we find out more information, we're definitely going to keep you guys informed. Make sure you join that fan page, subscribe to PDubs, subscribe to Detroit Love, subscribe to Michael B, and subscribe to Nostalgia. We'd greatly appreciate it. I like Devil. Now keep in mind too, guys, Devil Waldo's got a good comment here. When it comes to real pinball machines, like guys, you have to take care of them. Like I got my Super Mario Brothers Mushroom World, which is already an antique, right? It came out very, very long time ago. And I got that pinball machine, and already I need to change out like what is that? The rubber on the flippers and stuff. And I've only had it in my house for 6 months, 7 months. So, guys, it's maintenance, right? You got to take things apart, and take care of them and all that kind of stuff. So, guys, V pins, what I like about V pins is maybe less maintenance, right? Maybe less maintenance. But then again, having a real pinball, nothing beats real pinball. I mean, it's the real experience. You know what I mean? So, yeah. Pretty cool. Maybe they're just going to distribute this for Stern. Maybe they're not actually doing it. And maybe they're going to distribute this Bandai name code. Maybe maybe they're just going to distribute it, right? Not actually develop it, right? If this is a smaller one. But, I mean, does that look full size to you? I mean, this is a smaller unit. That's definitely not a full size pinball machine. That looks too small to be a full size pinball machine. I wish they had some comparison photos. We need the comparison photos.
Well, I mean, look at the size of the furniture around the room. I mean, that's not much. Look at the size of the furniture. That's not much taller than a normal lounge chair. So I don't think that's full size.
Oh yeah, think about great point, Michael B. These look like those IKEA chairs, right? And these things are maybe like what 3 feet off the ground, if that, right? So that might be 5 feet tall. Yeah, I mean, good point. Excellent point. Jamie says we need Puzzle Bobble. We need Puzzle Bobble.
They made
right. Puzzle Bobble.
I mean, similar to Arcade 1-Up, when they first came out, they had licenses in place for certain things. Other things were on the table, but yet hadn't been approved. It could be some similar things to that with this drawing. That they're capable and able and to make these things, but whether they have a license in place and got that all ironed out is probably why they hadn't announced it or mentioned it in the article. But we know they can make it.
Yeah, I mean, so I don't think so. So JL writes here, Puzzle Bobble looks like a regular size one, but look at the size of this chair. And then look at this. Like Michael B says, when you compare that chair to this does not look bigger than that, right? And we're pretty confident that this version of Ice Ball is the version they're actually going to release. It is not, because this looks nothing like the full-size version, does it, Michael B? Different colors, different marquee, all that kind of stuff.
Definitely shorter.
Definitely a shorter play field, too, for the ball.
Yeah. Honestly, I think this is the one. I think this is it. It's so close to the camera, maybe it makes it look massive.
Yeah, and the basketball is the same way. That's definitely much shorter than what it would normally be.
Oh my God, the Puzzle Bobble guy made another video. I'll have to check that out. You got room in the loft? No, but I have room downstairs. And we also have a guest room, and we never have guests. They can sleep on the couch. Maybe I'll turn the guest room into like the real, real arcades, or more, I shouldn't say that, mechanical arcade room, right? Like stuff like this, Michael B, you in? You out?
Well, I live in Canada. It all depends on if I can buy it. But if it is available, yeah, I'm very much in. I'm interested.
Yeah, let's kind of get this off of here real quick. Odds are, I have a feeling these aren't going to be cheap. In all honesty, I don't think these are going to be cheap. If these are less than $1,000, I think it might be worth consideration, though. If it's less than $1,000, just in my opinion, right? If these, if the full size Super Checks is $3,000, the bubble hockey game, and they're making this in a smaller form factor and can sell it for under $1,000, I think that's a pretty good buy, right? But if they make it like, it's $1,500, $2,000, I'm probably not going to get any, right? So what about you guys? What do you guys think about that? And let me know in the chat.
I mean, obviously these are things that people are interested in. They offer a bigger challenge than, say, an Arcade 1-Up cabinet, where you can put it in a corner, put it by itself. The hockey, obviously you have to have space around that, similar to a way a cocktail table would be, right? So I think spacing is going to be the issue. pricing is going to be the issue on whether that can fit. But easily, if people are going out buying 11, 12 cabinets, if they decide, oh, I won't get 2 of those cabinets and get one of these things to get my arcade a more authentic feel, I think it's a winner for sure.
Winner, winner, chicken dinner.
Yeah, I also think they're not banking on us necessarily, these 3/4 scale arcade people being the only market too. I mean, how many guys out there with basement bars in their house, or here in Canada, we have a lot of sheds and garages that are filled up with like different things. Maybe this is like bar items that they're hoping that people are going to pick up for their bars at home, not even arcades at all. Like, of course, one person would love to have a pinball table or maybe a skee ball table in their home bar. That's an option too.
Yep. Devil Waldo said that the pinball looks like a static back glass, no DMD. I agree. This does look static here, but the question is right here where the Star Wars logo is. I don't know if you guys can see my mouse. The question is that a DMD? Is that like a little 5-inch or something DMD right here? We'll have to see. Or is that just a logo sticker, put on the back here? Obviously, you have your speaker right here. But yeah, that's definitely, and that would also keep the cost down as well, not having multiple, like an active back glass display and all that kind of stuff. I mean, it would help. What's so funny?
Zero Hero. Irony would be that they don't sell the hockey game to Canada.
Oh my God, that would be hilarious. People in Canada are going to buy this thing like crazy, man. Isn't hockey the national sport?
Yeah, and they'd be playing that in their driveways for sure.
And Jeff here, Jeff's all up in arms about this. He keeps saying they're too small. Well, I mean, arcade 1-ups are small, right? I mean, I'm a big guy. My son is a big guy. When we play our arcade machines side by side, we're bumping into each other and stuff. But we still make it work, right? We still have fun. Like, hey, we're playing Mortal Kombat on an arcade 1-up.
Yeah.
And also too, guys, this, think about it too. This is also for kids, right? I mean, we're the big kids, but they also want to, make this, if a little kid could play skee ball on that purple and yellow one, I think he'd be, Mom, Dad, can we get that? Can we get that? Here we go. Mr. Chip says it's Stir in the Pin series. Okay, so they might just be redistributing it. So we'll find out. We'll do some more research. No big deal. If they sell it in Canada, it's going to be $40,000. Oh,
Plus shipping.
So that's 20,000 toonies.
Right. All right, guys. So it's too early. It's too early in the game for us to make any firm decisions yet. We definitely need more information. We need prices. We need specs and all that kind of stuff. Join that fan page. Subscribe to the channel. And once we get the responses from ICE, we'll definitely share that information with you guys, as well as October 1st. In a couple of weeks, that website's going to go live with additional information. So if you guys are interested in this stuff, stay tuned. That way we can help you make an informed decision.
Hey, PDubs, can you make a special announcement? Because I know these guys like me a little bit. I'm 23 people short of 3,000 subscribers. And we have more than 23 subscribers here, people in the thing. If you aren't subscribed to my channel, go over there and see if we can make that happen today. I appreciate it. I love you guys. Thank you.
Oh, look at that, guys. Go subscribe to Detroit Love. What's up?
And if you give him his 23 subscribers, he'll put a handle and a battery in his Legends Ultimate and take it around the street with him.
That would be hilarious.
That's going to need 2 handles.
You know what stinks, Michael, is I want to stream games. Like, I want to play games, but we're always like, I have it ready. I have the live stream set up. I have everything ready. I was ready to go live, and then, I was ready to play, but we just can't stop delivering the arcade and gaming news, guys, because it's that time of year, right? It's that time of year. And, I don't think this is the last company that's going to jump into the in-home market. I really don't. I think a lot of them are going to keep jumping in, and some of them are going to fail. Some of them are going to fail. Some of them will work, right? So we'll see who can stand the test of time. We'll see. But minus that, guys, I really think we've given you everything we possibly can with what little information we have. But there will be more to come, and we'll let you know if we feel this is a viable option and give you the information so you can make the decision yourselves. As always, guys, I appreciate it when you hang out upstairs with us and all that stuff. And make sure you subscribe to my friends here. These are great dudes. They make great content. And Carl, I'm ready for you whenever you're ready, brother.
I was giving them time to subscribe.
Oh,
hey guys, thanks for checking us out. We definitely appreciate you.
Hold on.
We definitely appreciate you taking your time out on a Saturday night. And until next time, we'll see you on the web.
Later, dudes.